Hello and welcome to what's going to be a slightly different video this week of a construction video. So this week I've got 5 Blokees kits to put together, very kindly provided by Blokees, and these model kits are incredible. You'll see the end product in a minute as well, but for the construction side of this video I'm going to be using Wolverine. Now I could have used any of the 5, it maybe would have made more sense to use the Iron Man one since it's the deluxe release so it's got more parts. But I wanted to keep this video fairly concise and not end up spending too much time on the actual construction side of this. I'm also getting all the parts out. You can see you've got the instruction manual there and all the bags with the bits in. And you'll notice that there's a separate bag here that has painted parts in it, which means no stickers, none of the kind of trying to arrange really finicky parts into place for panels. And this is a godsend when it comes to doing some nice little model kits like this. I've done a fair few model kits in my time, and when you've got all the really finicky little bits, it stops being a relaxing process. Now all 5 of these figures were really enjoyable to put together. I personally am someone who finds model kits really relaxing to put together. I really enjoy doing them in my spare time. Like I said, I've done a fair few. I haven't had any recently. Up until fairly recently I had 2 boxes of model kits that were just lying around. But I finished them, and then Blokees ended up sending me these, so I've had these to do over the last couple of weeks, which has been absolutely incredible. Again, huge thanks to Blokees because these are great fun. Now you can see there the parts that come pre-painted and the very nice detailed bits like the face and the claws. And now this section, I kind of expected to be a really long part of the video, but I think it only ends up being around a minute's worth of footage. So this model kit did take me around an hour. I didn't end up timing it, which is something I really should have done. And I put this together while being really tired and just having spent all day looking at small things trying to put bits together. So the fact that I was still able to do this to a somewhat coherent level, you can see me getting confused between parts here, which is entirely my own fault. I tried to build both arms and both legs side by side with each other, which obviously isn't mentioned in the instructions. The instructions show you doing one arm, then the other arm, then one leg, then the other leg. But for whatever reason, this has always been how I do model kits. And I mean, it normally goes well. I'm normally not so tired that I'm getting confused really easily. But you'll see here with the leg, I do literally split it into a left and a right. And then as I'm doing each part, I swap between the mirrored sections. I'm not a fan of repetition when it comes to building something, so I try and build both mirrored parts at once. But again, it does sometimes just slow me down in like the long side of things. But there's all the parts of this model kit put together, and now it's just assembling it into the finished Wolverine. And the joints on this thing are really nice. You will see me pop bits off by accident. It's mainly because I'm not used to the tolerances of a model kit like this yet. It's also because I'm, again, tired and just very stupid, and forgot that there are certain ways that things move on this model kit. Now these guys aren't going to scale with your 1/12 scale collection, mainly because these aren't 1/12. They're their own kind of scale. I think they're around 4.5 inch tall. I should really have measured that actually, now that I think about it. And they have their own art style, so they're also not going to blend in like looks wise. They do look very, very nice though. You can see they're just removing a little extra bit of sprue. And yeah, I find it amazing you don't need any tools or any sanding for these. For the most part, you can't see any of the sprue edges, and you can see the articulation working really nicely there. Now this is one of the bits where I was just being stupid. There is a drop down hinge at that leg, and I kept forgetting to pull it down before moving it, which you can see I shift it down a bit there, and now his leg can get up. That's entirely me being stupid, and I won't learn from this mistake, and I'll end up doing it again with his shoulder in a minute. Again, the articulation on these guys is really nice. It's got a very smooth feel to it, and it's not loose and it's not too tight. It has like just the right consistency to be satisfying to mess around with. And there you go, you can see me kind of tearing his arm off there. It's because I'm not looking at the way the hinge is, so obviously there isn't enough space to get his arm straight out with the shoulder pad on there. which makes sense for a model kit like this. It's just me, again, being stupid. You can see there, when you take the shoulder pad off, it is obvious what range of articulation there is at that shoulder. And I feel like most people would kind of know where the limit for that shoulder is, especially since they've just built it, but not me apparently. And the same goes with his head, but that is obviously a swappable part, so that needs to come off quite easily. So let's take a look at the rest of them as well. And again, this thing poses really nicely. You can get him into some very good Wolverine poses. So bringing in Deadpool and Thor, with all of his lightning effects on in there. Captain America as well. And finally the one that I'm going to struggle to fit on my workspace here. So the deluxe Iron Man comes with a display stand and a bunch of other stuff. And I realistically should have had him already here and then brought the rest in. Or just had them here already ready to film. Hindsight being a wonderful thing. So let's just move them all out of the way and then shift them into the centre. Now this Iron Man has a really nice feature to it, aside from the fact that I believe this is the deluxe version where it's got the nice candy red and the very metallic gold. It also has a light up feature, which is really cool, and it's not got a switch or anything, it's just one of those impact sensors. So you give him a little tap and the lights turn on, which lights up his eyes and his chest. And this doesn't seem to compromise any of his articulation, which I'm fascinated by. I think it removes the lower neck joint, but he works incredibly well regardless. And you can see with my studio lighting on as well, the arc reactor and the eyes are still very well lit. And these model kits do come with a lot of extras, so looking at Deadpool's extras first, you get another head, which obviously has a slight bit more expression, looks happier. You also get baby knife, as well as 2 pairs of extra hands, which you can see are already painted and very well sculpted. Now with Wolverine you get another head, which is more neutral, you don't have the gritted teeth. You also get a pair of relaxed hands without his blades. And again, they're all done very nicely. Then you get his alternate shoulders, which you can see don't have the shoulder pads, and these pop on and off quite nicely from the bicep and obviously into the torso. Then with Thor you get the alternate head, where he's not got the lightning and the anger, as well as the kind of chest buttons that would replace the lightning effect ones. An alternate hand with a fist and a gripping hand, so you can swap hands with Stormbreaker, and a pair of relaxed hands as well. Now with Cap, you get the kind of back clip, so you can attach his shield to his back. And this is a really nice addition, I didn't even realise what it was to begin with. As well as a pair of relaxed hands. And a pair of, well, one fist and a more open relaxed hand, I believe, for kind of holding his shield. And then with Iron Man, you get quite a lot. So you get his energy blade. Obviously you get his display stand that is on there, the energy shield and the cannon, as well as the lightning refocuser on his back. And that lightning refocuser can be swapped with this panel, just to smooth everything over. Then you also get a pair of repulsor blast hands with repulsors to boot. And on top of that you get the original arm, obviously that can be placed instead of the cannon. This isn't the easiest thing to remove, so I kind of chose while I was building it which one I'd be keeping on. And then you get his alternate hands as well. And overall these guys are amazing, so let's take a look at the 2 that have things on their back. So obviously Iron Man has something on his back as well, but these are the main ones I want to focus on for this. So Captain America has this silver bit, which you pull off and you replace with the clip to attach the shield. And the holsters on Deadpool's back can take both his swords. All of the lightning effects on Thor are somewhat rubbery, they've got a good flex to them, and they all fit really nicely. That one on his lower torso wraps all the way around from back to front, which you can see there, it's connected by that little string of electricity. And the lightning eyes just help bring that look together. And then something I really like about this Wolverine figure is the texture on him. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but he has the little like square, almost carbon fiber pattern going on in all the yellow sections. Or all the yellow sections that are fabric. And that is screen accurate. He does have that in the movie. He's got a nice kind of square texture going on. So it's really cool to see them bring that through into this model kit. And now coming back to Iron Man, you can see how nice that red and gold is, especially with the actual ring light on it. The lightning refocus are really nice there as well. It's also got some articulation in it, so the very tips of that nice big star on his back can be moved. They have a little bit of articulation. But yeah, phenomenal model kits. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, huge thanks to Blokees for sending them my way.